Oh, I have good news for you guys.
This is Mike.
No, hello. Hi there, Mom.
Hi.
What's
going on?
I wanted to tell you about, they had a vote on Chex Mix, and we started talking about Chex Mix, and Brandon and I agree that the best Chex Mix is homemade. So Joanna wanted to get your recipe, but I want to give you some of the details. And it's called Party Mix when you make it, although I think you do use Chex, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so here's the story. Somebody on their Twitter. You heard of Twitter before?
Yeah, you can't hear of our president without hearing it.
Oh, wow. Kind of a shot over the bow of the president there. All right, now my mom...
I'm on the ball here. Go ahead.
All right, so someone on Twitter posted a question, what's the best Chex Mix piece? And they included pictures of the 6 pieces: mini breadstick, rye chip, square pretzel, corn Chex, wheat Chex, and circle pretzel. And the winner was the rye chip. Well, yours doesn't even have a rye chip in it, right?
No.
Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I do. I used to put rice Chex in it, but I don't do that anymore.
Wait, are you saying rice Chex?
Right.
Yeah, we didn't like it. I think it's probably because we said we didn't like it.
And I concentrate on the corn and the wheat.
Okay.
Chex.
But I was saying rye chip.
Oh, rye, R-Y-E.
Yeah, it's kind of like
I
a.
have not. No, I've never used it, and I don't think I've ever eaten any of it.
All right, what they're talking about is the Chex Mix that you buy off the shelf. You know, like a bag of it to snack on. And what I was trying to tell these guys is, you make your own version that has a few secret things. Well, not so secret, but the pecans are a big part of it. Would not be complete without the pecans.
Right, and pretzels. You got to have pretzels in it.
But there's also, like, you coat it with something.
That's just butter and Worcestershire sauce.
Write this down, Joanne. Butter. You got that? She wants the recipe. Sauce. So, what are the ingredients you put in your party mix?
Okay.
Yeah, here we go.
I put in 5 cups of the corn Chex, 5 cups of the wheat Chex, and I just pour in my pecans. I'd say about 1.5 cups, maybe 2 cups of pecans.
Oh, let me see if she's getting all this. Joanna, are you getting all this?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. And then what?
Okay, on the pretzels, I like to use the stick pretzels, not the...
Not the pretzely pretzels.
No, not the curly things.
Right. So stick. You got that, Joanna? You understand?
Yes.
We're speaking the same language here. Okay, good deal. All right, go ahead.
Okay. A teaspoon of seasoned salt.
Oh. Is Dad watching a preacher on TV?
Oh my gosh, Brandon and I played.
I turned that thing off twice for us, Mike. I'm sorry.
Didn't we?
No, it's fine. We were playing a game. I thought it was Price is Right, but then I heard Judas.
Judea, right.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so they're watching. You don't have to make him turn it down. It's okay.
We're enjoying it.
Well, there's no making them do that.
Okay, I hate to interrupt the Chex Mix recipe. Didn't me or Lee or one of us get him like headphones so he can listen to the television through headphones?
Yes, he's got a brand new pair that you got him a year ago, Christmas, and he's worn them a dozen times or so.
Yeah.
But they're laying over there with his hearing aid.
Yes.
All right, back to the important.
I know. Don't give my husband a hard time. You know how he is, my
Right.
Buzz.
Back to the Chex Mix, which is the most important thing here. You're getting
We stopped at a teaspoon of seasoned salt.
Okay.
Seasoned salt.
Okay. Worcestershire sauce is a tablespoon and a half.
Joanna, you getting all that?
Yes.
Worcestershire sauce.
And
all right.
Abraham and God.
Yeah.
Okay, and then on the stick of butter, it's 1/4 of a stick of butter.
1/4 of a stick of butter.
Okay.
So that's going to be a fourth of a cup.
And you put it in like a cake pan?
I put it, well, actually I've got a tray that I mix it all together. Pour the, melt the butter and mix it with the Worcestershire and the seasoned salt.
Okay, and then you coat it?
Right. I coat it, and then I bake it at 250 for an hour.
Okay.
You got that?
And
Nice.
you have to stir it every 15 minutes.
What do you cook it at?
250.
250. Oh, I would have
Right.
thought that it would be hotter than that, but what do I know?
Nope.
No, okay.
Nope, not at all.
250 for how long? I
Stirring
want to
every
make sure
15
you...
1
minutes,
hour.
and that's all there is to it.
And stir every 15 minutes.
Wait a minute. I think I told you all a half a stick of oleo. It is a full stick.
Okay,
I
it's a
just pulled
full
out the
stick of
recipe.
oleo.
I am so sorry.
That's okay.
1 stick.
And
One
listen,
stick.
if you're thinking, well, I don't want to go to the trouble to get the pecans, you take my word for it. If you've never believed
Makes
me
all the
about
difference?
anything else, that is the highlight.
Okay.
If pecans had been in this Twitter poll, pecans would have won the most popular thing, and it's what really makes the Chex Mix, the party mix. Do you only really make it in the winter? Because I seem like I associate it with
Christmas time.
Thanksgiving and Christmas. I sure do.
I usually start making it, once in a while around Halloween time, but most of the time I make it to have it for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah.
But no, I make it to take to the family reunion and things like that. It's just that there's so much of it, Dawn, and I don't, it's going to get stale before we eat it all.
Yeah.
It's something you can make a lot of for a potluck or a family gathering. It's an easy, nice snack for everybody.
And everybody eats it.
You will put away a lot more of it and lose track of how much you've been eating. I've noticed if it's available, like if it's out and available, you'll eat way more of it than you probably should. Brandon, how is your homemade Chex Mix different?
Mine personally? I've
Well,
never made
not
it, but
yours,
for my
but your mom's.
My mom's is pretty simple because I didn't like the extra stuff in it. Like she would try putting peanuts or pretzel sticks, and I would always pick around that. I only wanted the actual Chex with the seasoning on it. That's all I really wanted, and it became to the point. That's it, yeah.
Wait, I have to add something here. I distinctly feel like there were Cheerios in some of our Chex Mix.
Well, right. I would substitute the Cheerios if I didn't have quite enough of the Chex.
There you go.
Nice.
And I'm not extremely pro Cheerios, but
Not necessarily anti either.
take them or leave them. Yeah, but it's now I understand. It's if you needed to pad it out a little bit, you didn't have enough of the Chex.
Yeah.
All right.
And you got to remember to stir that thing. I remember I had a friend of mine try to make it one time, and he didn't do that, and it just turned into these big globs of the butter and seasoning with just some Chex Mix attached to it.
Do you stir it, Mom?
She said every 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. I wasn't really paying attention. I was kind of trying to hear what the preacher was saying on the TV, to be honest. All right.
He doesn't have on a Yeah, well.
There was somebody talking about Abraham and God.
On the news, but
And
I don't know who he's got on.
I think he's listening to a preacher.
Well, that's all right. You guys need as much as we do.
Probably. I was surprised to find out that my mom's, and this is my church too, when I was growing up, they haven't reopened yet. I would have thought that a lot of the churches, especially in Oklahoma, would have reopened. I was kind of impressed that your church has remained closed, but they're probably going to get started soon, don't you think?
Ours is the first Sunday in June, which is when a lot of them are opening. There's a few that have opened, but here. But you got to understand too now. In the area where we live, it's not like we don't have the traffic and the volume and a lot of stuff that you all have.
Right.
Do they even keep track of how many cases there are in Okmulgee, or do they only keep track of Tulsa and Oklahoma City?
No, they're keeping track of by counties and so forth.
All
but
right.
In Okmulgee Morris, I think we've had 4 confirmed cases, and I don't think we've had any deaths. I'm not sure.
Right. So it would be pretty easy to let your guard down. I kind of pass on the compliment to Brother Steve. I think he's making the wise choice considering the age of folks in the church. You know, some of the older folks in the church are
like us.
Yeah, like you. But you're not the oldest members of the church. There are members of the church that seemed like older folks when I was going.
We're getting pretty close to it.
Yeah.
No, we're not the oldest, but we're going on 84.
Yeah.
So we're getting there.
All right. Well, thanks for the recipe. Maybe Joanne will whip some of that up. Or
Wait,
if you
Shirley, before we let you go, we have a question. We are trying to figure out who all of our parents' celebrity crushes were. Did you have a celebrity crush when you were younger?
No, how about today?
Okay, today.
Oh, yeah, I want to hear about that.
That's what I like to hear. What is it?
No, not really. I don't think I did.
You didn't have any posters of Fabian or Elvis or anything on your wall?
No.
I'm trying to think.
My goodness, no. I didn't. No.
You never thought anybody was a real handsome fellow, like a Tom Selleck?
Well, I wasn't young when Tom. No.
still
Back
think Tom
then, let
Selleck
me
is
see.
cute.
It had. Golly darn! You guys have caught me off guard. I don't know. Okay. No, I didn't.
No,
Nah.
no celebrity crush.
No celebrity crush.
But you were aware of Elvis. I mean, you knew who Elvis was.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean I had a crush on Elvis.
Okay, but you didn't think it. I'm sure you didn't think he was hideous looking. Oh, that's right. My mom got married kind of before Elvis was even. I mean, at the very beginning. So, like when she was in high school, if she was going to have a crush on anybody.
We got married in '55.
Yeah, that's right.
That fall was when he appeared on Ed Sullivan's show.
Okay, well, let me ask you this:
She had a crush on your daddy.
when you were,
Oh, I love that.
what's that?
She had a crush on your daddy.
Yeah. Okay, let's put it this way then: when you were a high school girl, so before you got married, and you had a lot of sisters, did any of them have a crush on a celebrity? Can you remember anybody saying, "Boy, that
No.
that Kirk Douglas really gets my motor running"?
Are you kidding me?
I don't
No,
know.
I don't think so, Mike. I'm not so sure that back then we had that, I don't even remember my friends being wild about anybody.
Well, I've seen videos or not videos, but movies of girls back in the 40s going crazy for Frank Sinatra. So, I mean, it probably happened.
Well, maybe it was because we lived in the country and we didn't go out a lot. We didn't see a lot of movies.
I don't,
We
Lisa.
stayed home, and closest thing we had to anything like that was watching I Love Lucy when she was on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Desi was a handsome fellow.
Are you willing to accept that as a no answer?
I
She
mean,
never had a crush on anybody.
yeah, I mean, she's telling the truth, so.
Okay.
Sorry to be such a dud, but that's the way it is.
Yeah. Well, when you've been married for 75 years.
You don't remember, do you?
No. All right. Well, thanks for the Chex Mix recipe.
All righty. We'll talk to y'all later.
All right.
Y'all have a good,
Bye-bye.
have a good day. Bye-bye.
Have a good day. Bye-bye. There's my mom.